that is something that can be taught at distance through short videos, and then you ask them to video a portion of their class and let us watch it.
Or their own practice.
Right.
I think so, for sure.
Yeah.
It can happen easily. Foreign language teaching, very. I mean, it's been happening forever. Now it's been effective. Well, those are things that we have to keep on exploring. Mostly, whether it's distance learning or whatever type of learning it is, it's always good to keep looking into what's happening. Because one thing that we cannot overlook is the fact that it's all about teaching human beings who are there to learn.
And whether the distance is 2 feet, 3 feet,
or 3,000 miles,
it's still
it's for people who need to learn, or something which sometimes becomes the job of the teacher, to teach students that when they come to school, the best thing they should be doing is learn. Because that's sometimes, most often, is the job of a teacher. Because most students come to school for different reasons. I mean, and we all know that. Sometimes you say, well, since you're here, we can also do these things, that can help you, If you're going to spend 4 hours here, would you not rather be at the beach? Yeah, well, but since you have to be here, come on, let's make it enjoyable for both of us. And let's do some teaching learning here. You'll teach me things, and I'll try to teach you things, and we both together are going to go into this journey of learning things. I'm going to ask you, what is the thing that you really love the most? What's your favorite artist? Oh, I like rap. What's your favorite one? I like these. What's the favorite lyrics? I like these.
So specific.
Why so specific? Why is what? Tell me a beautiful phrase, a verse from that lyric. Oh, this one. What do you think about that? What does I'm finding out what makes it attractive to him, And I go to the very limit. Can you write the whole lyrics? I want to see you write those. Come on, let me see that. And you go to this word. Come on, that's a spelling problem here. What can we do if we have a spelling problem? Oh, because we have a dictionary that comes right in there. We can check it up.
Wait, lyrics. I can go to YouTube.
Oh, you
see how they did it.
See how they did it. And then you start to move into it. But somebody else says, oh, no, what do you want to talk about today? Mr. Mario, I want to talk about basketball. LeBron James coming up. Oh, okay. What do you think? Do you think that he made the right decision? Always ask real questions.
Like it's a conversation.
It's a conversation. Do you make it right? Yeah. Do you think that the Heat are going to win now? Yeah. Okay. Do you know baseball? Yes. Do you know the Yankees? Yes. Do you know soccer? Well, no, not so much. Well, there's the Real Madrid. So there's always teams with a constellation of stars, and sometimes they don't end up winning. What do you think that happens? And then we go to have this conversation. What's the problem with having a conversation like that in which you want to guide someone into a perspective of viewing things? That is what teaching is all about. It's not only about the content-related books. It's about having a conversation with your students. See where they want to go. Try to see if you can go with them.
What's interesting is that you could have done that with 3,000 students, that same thing. Give me a lyric, give me a specific word, now write it down. Boom. That's an exercise.
It's an exercise.
Everybody suddenly is at work. Asynchronously, at night, having watched the video during the day. And then you just review the 3,000 videos.
Sometimes, to be honest, and I have read lots of theory on education, probably almost everything that is outstanding from the 50s here. Sometimes I feel that's even unnecessary. Yeah, it's good for this conversation, but when you have that teaching soul, all these things you already know. You don't even have to go to the theory. You already know. You feel that I will teach this person. If you start from that engagement of
you don't need a lesson plan. You just ask them.
Come on, what? Right. I mean, all these things. First of all, asking people for a lesson plan
It's closing doors.
It's closing doors. Oh, you're forcing me to describe what is going to happen here. Okay, I'll give you that, but this paper is worthless.
Well, I mean,
How about if I come into my class and the first thing
I see somebody crying
someone
or
says
sad.
is, "Oh, teacher, say, Lou Gehrig passed away."
Yeah.
Now I have a class. I have a different mood. I have a different ambience now. Now we want to know who the man was. Why does someone notice that he passed away? Why? How? And so now my lesson plan is not there anymore. So you want me to give you this so that you can show to somebody how I plan, how learning is going to happen? Can you plan what is so spontaneous? Or that someone comes and says, "Professor, I had an assignment yesterday, but I just couldn't do it because I do not understand. Cannot understand the real steps for, a comparison contrast essay." And then you have to turn that into your class today because you're not going to go ahead for the sake of time or
Prior
plan.
knowledge.
You have
There's
to
a lack of prior
You
knowledge.
have to go there. So can you plan? No more than you can plan in here.
I think that the lesson plan is not really for the students, or what it does is for the beginning teacher. It
That's
says
right.
at some point, maybe not today, but at some point in the next 4 months, I will cover this information, and this is one way I could do the lecture, but I will be varying it. But the reason I'm putting it on paper is to give myself the practice. It's like rehearsal. That's the reason for a lesson
A
plan.
teacher that understands the job he's in will do that without the boss having to ask.
Eventually.